Now that I've finished Cuphead, let's give it a grade. Cuphead! Now this game was released in 2017 by Studio MDHR. Not only was this game award-winning for its incredible art style and its great challenges, but it was incredibly well received by the audience and the critics. Now in this game, you play as a young cup person.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
And his name is Cuphead. He's also got a brother named Mugman. Now the two of them, they get in a little bit of trouble when they make a bad deal with the devil. Now the devil, what he requires of them is to go around and collect soul contracts from certain characters that are all around where you live, Inkwell Isle. So indeed, Cuphead was well liked, but what grade did it receive in my classroom? Let's check the rubric and find out. Let's take a look at the gameplay of Cuphead. Now, this game, you're constantly fighting a bunch of different bosses, a bunch of enemies are coming at you in this classic platformer run and gun style, and I gotta tell you, I loved it. There was like so many things that you had to worry about, tons of projectiles coming at you from everywhere, and that made the game incredibly challenging, like really hard. In fact, the game is well known for how difficult it is.
Oh no! Son of a bee sting!
But one thing that made the game really fun for me was the fact that you could change up your style of how you wanted to try and defeat a certain boss or level. There's actually 6 different guns, so you don't always have to go back to the snappy shooter. You can actually change up the guns that you use depending on, what you need. So in the end, the gameplay of Cuphead really kept me on my toes, and I loved it, so I'm going to give it an A. Now, I hope I don't have to tell you how well the art and the music was received by, the world when this game came out.
Dear God, it's beautiful.
Because it's incredible. Studio MDHR actually used old school animation techniques to bring Cuphead to life. And I gotta tell you, it worked on me, man. I love how this game looks, how it feels, and the music is just fantastic. I mean, when you've got pieces like Floral Fury playing, where an evil sunflower is like trying to kick your butt, I get sucked in. The graphics and feel for Cuphead is definitely a fresh and unique take amongst the video game world right now, so I'm definitely giving aesthetics an A. Yeah, you've got the gameplay and like the levels and the bosses that were really intense, but honestly, I felt kind of lacking when it came to story with Cuphead. I knew there was like the whole deal with the devil thing, and you had to go and like beat him up and beat the other bosses for him, soul contracts, yada yada yada. But I felt like there could have been more. Maybe have some sort of like interactive scene between your character, Cuphead, and the bosses that you're fighting against.
Dated a beauty queen, looked just like you.
I pity that poor woman.
Pity me. She was insanely high maintenance.
Because typically when you go and fight a boss, you just get straight into the action. There's not really any background. And it's weird because when you get to the end of the game and everything's restored and everybody's happy, it seems like the characters, Cuphead and Mugman, actually know all of the bosses that you just beat.
Who are you people?
And it was kind of weird. I was like, well, how come there wasn't like any interaction? I think if that had been added, that definitely would have overall improved the story of the game and it would have invested me a lot more. So for the story, I'm going to give it a B. But wait, the teacher's ace in the hole! Extra credit! So with extra credit, whatever I deem worthy to be included in here, I will add 0.1 to the overall GPA of the game. So for the extra credit on Cuphead, honestly, I know it sounds like a cop-out, but I have to go with nostalgia. The old-timey animation, the old-school, music style, it took me straight back to things that I watched when I was a kid. Like the silly symphonies, Looney Tunes. That made me enjoy the game that much more. So with that in mind, I'm definitely going to give 0.1 to the extra credit. Now with the rubric complete, let's calculate that final grade. After calculating the GPA, I give Cuphead an A-. Now do you agree? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe for more content in the future. Class is adjourned.